Hey everyone, welcome back. This week we're starting part 2 of our Roger Brown silhouette project. Remember last week we were making those teeny tiny windows with little silhouettes in them? Well, today we're going to be giving those windows a home. We're going to be designing our very own Roger Brown buildings. It's going to be pretty fun, so let's get going. Oh, sure. So you're going to need some things for this project. Most importantly is your silhouetted windows from last week. We're also going to need some glue, some paper, and some coloring tools. So I'm going to set all of my other materials aside, and we are going to start coloring on this paper. But before we do, we need to make some special folds on our paper because we want this not to just be a drawing of a building. We're actually going to build a building from this paper. So see if you can follow these special folding tricks that I do. We're going to start by folding the paper in half, hamburger style. Make sure the corners match, and then press down, make your crease. Zip. Okay, that was fold number 1. You should have something that looks kind of like a book right now. We're going to do one more fold. I'm going to take either long edge of my paper. I want to fold both of those 2 sheets over. We're going to do the same thing. We're just repeating the last step. Make sure all of the corners match up. Make your crease. Zzz. All right, so let's open up our paper. How many sections do we see? 1, 2, 3, 4. There's going to be 4 sides of our Roger Brown building. Now, this fold is good. This fold is good. But you see how this one's kind of making a little bit of a tent? I'm going to reverse this fold. And reversing a fold is very easy. All you have to do is take the fold, your fingers on either side, and push the paper over on itself until you can make a fold going the other way. Now, all of my folds are kind of curling in on themselves. And can you see when I put it all together? It's starting to look like a building. But we got to do some coloring first. So now that I have my folds all done, I'm going to spread my paper back out, set it down nice and flat, and I'm going to color in these 4 sections. Now, I'm going to do a pattern. I'm going to go dark, light, dark, light. So I'm going to take my dark, which is my blue marker. I'm going to make a little dash. That's just to remind me that's what I'm doing there. Dark, light, dark. I'm going to make another dash here. And with my crayon, dark, light, dark, light. Okay, so now my 4 sections are labeled. All right, you ready for the tough part? We're going to color in these entire section with this marker. In fact, I'm going to go do all of this area all the way colored in, and then I'm going to do all of this rectangle all the way colored in. Here we go. Sometimes when I color, I like to start with the perimeter, the area around the shape, and then I'll color in stripes. 1, 2, and I'm not holding the marker like this. I'm holding it kind of on its side. That way you get a nice, thick line. Whew, all right. That was a lot of marker coloring. Now comes the crayon coloring. All right, whew, that was a lot of coloring. Now, I'm gonna try to bend my building back the way it was. And now you can see that the dark side and light side are kind of opposite. The reason that we're doing one light side and one dark side is we want to make these buildings, even though they are 3-dimensional, we want to make them look even more 3-dimensional. We want to make them look like they have a side where light is hitting them and a side where it's kind of shadowed. And that's going to make our silhouetted windows really pop out. Put your windows all out, facing upward. Remember, each of these rectangles is a different side of the building. So you don't want to put all of your windows on one side. Put one window in this section, one in this section, one in this section, and one in this section. Did I cover all the sections? Yep. So now I'm gonna go back to my windows. I'm gonna do that again. One here, and I want these kind of spaced out. Now I'm using squeeze glue for this. You could also use glue stick, but when I use squeeze glue, I like to say dot, 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 not a lot. I just put a tiny dot in each corner and then a few extra little dots all the way around. Right in the middle, set it down, and then I gotta hold on to it. I'm gonna try to hold it for a full 10 seconds. 1, 2. All right, that one's all glued on. Better start gluing the rest of mine. All right, so I could fold up my building and kind of say that I'm done with this, but I really would like some windows right there. So I think I'm gonna take some of my scrap paper from last time and I'm just gonna make 2 more windows there and there. Now, I'm going to fold my building back the way it was. Make sure that there isn't any glue globs. If there is, sometimes I like to take a little scrap piece of paper and kind of wipe them up like this. Just like that. Look at that. Here I have my Roger Brown building. But you might notice that these 2 pieces aren't connected. So I'm gonna show you a simple way of doing this with some tape. So here I've got some masking tape and I'm gonna pull a long strip from it, but not too long. I want it to be a little bit shorter than my building. So that looks good. I'm gonna snip it here. You might wanna get a grown-up to help you with this part. And here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take one of these sides and I'm gonna place the tape right along it, just like this, on the inside of my building. Yep. Press down. Try your best not to get it stuck to the table. Do you see that? The sticky side is sticking out. Now I'm gonna bring it towards the middle, just like that. Now I'm gonna bring this end towards the middle too. Let's see if the 2 sides match up. Did it work? I think it did. There it is. My Roger Brown building is just about complete. If you would like to add a roof to your building as well, you could grab a piece of scrap paper or regular paper. I'm gonna take a little bit more tape, stick it to the inside of the top of my building. Make sure it's at the top. Take my roof paper. I can actually lay the whole building down. See that? Now it acts almost like a lid. All right, everyone, check it out. My Roger Brown silhouette building is all complete. You can see every side of my building has different silhouettes in the window. So take a picture of what you create and make sure to post it onto Seesaw. Then we'll talk about how it went at our next Zoom meeting. Thanks so much for hanging out and doing the Project Van Heist. I can't wait to see what you create. I hope you have fun and have a great week. See you next time.